Hey guys, what's up? My absolute favorite RPG of all time is Chrono Cross. You guys know that already. But the game isn't perfect. No game is perfect. And there's a lot of things that, as much as I love the game with all my heart and soul, I would like to change. So instead of changing things about certain games, I came up with this idea. What will be my dream RPG? My dream RPG. My ideal RPG. And what will be your ideal RPG? Now, to answer this question, I need to break this video into several parts, starting with several different aspects of role-playing games. And I'm gonna start with the story, which is one of the absolute most important aspects of a role-playing game, right? To me, the story in my dream RPG will need to be dark as hell, like really dark, really deep, philosophical, intellectual, and probably a little bit edgy, but in the good sense of the word, not the lame-ass anime cliche we see often. So, if we take a game like Xenogears, for example, that in my opinion has the best story ever written in an RPG, you get the idea. The story in Xenogears is dark, it's twisted, it's very psychological, with a lot of intellectual shit, and with a lot of philosophical crap. So it's a very, very deep story, and that's exactly what I will be looking for as the story in my dream RPG. Like, imagine just take the story in Xenogears with the darkness that is in a game like Code Vein. The universe itself in Code Vein is fantastic in my opinion. It's very dark. Despite its anime cliches and all that jazz, I will take that away and leave it as a post-apocalyptic nightmare. Which leads me to the setting of the game, the universe. So would it be medieval or post-apocalyptic or science fiction or modern? What? Well, to be honest, I don't have a preference on that. It can be any of those things, but just for the sake of this video, since I'm talking about intellectual things and dark stuff and deep stuff and whatever, I'm gonna go with a post-apocalyptic setting for this time. Now, the characters. How would they be like? Physically speaking, their clothes, their styles, their personalities. Whenever I write books, I always try to create characters. Sure, I leave a bunch with some stereotypes and cliches, but most of my characters, I always tend to make them multi-dimensional. Like, you can't tell exactly if these guys are bad or good, or sometimes you agree with them, sometimes you don't agree with them. And that is the magic that we often see in a lot of RPGs. Like, we see these characters, we follow their journeys, and sometimes we're like, hey, this guy's like me, I agree with what he's saying or what he's doing. And sometimes it's like, nah, I can't accept this. I can't agree with this. And that is the magic of a multi-dimensional character, that it makes you think, it makes you question the character, it makes you question his or her decisions, it makes you question everything, and in the end, they make you question your own reality, your own people, your own friends and families. That's what a multi-dimensional character does. So if you read my books, or if you read any of my books, this is true. Sometimes you see these characters acting a certain way, and sometimes they do things that you don't agree with or you don't like, and sometimes these things might be perceived as evil or perceived as good. You get the idea. That's what I'm talking about. They will have to be, not every single one of them, but the main characters will have to be this way, personality-wise. Now, in terms of design, well, I love anime. What can I say? I love anime. My characters, both female and male, will be anime style, but they won't be sexualized. Maybe my girls will be absolutely beautiful. Some of them, not all of them. When I read books, I always give variety in characters, but if you read my books, you probably already noticed that most of my girls are like absolutely beautiful. Yes, I prefer beauty over sexiness, but that's just my opinion. And I'm not talking about beauty as in elegant beauty and makeup and fancy dresses, and no, fuck that, I don't like that. It's just the natural beauty of women. That's what I like. And I wouldn't sexualize them. I wouldn't put them in these crazy outfits most Japanese role-playing developers do with their characters. I wouldn't do that. And the art, man, the overall art of the characters and the world Not the graphics. You guys know I'm not really into graphics. I don't care about graphics. My game can look like Octopath Traveler or Cosmic Star Heroine. I don't care. Even if it looks retro, even if it's indie, even if it's AAA, I don't care. My dream RPG is just something that wouldn't exactly focus a lot on graphics. But in terms of art, if I can cite some examples, it would have to be like the Ragnar Tactics art. I find that art style really good, really beautiful, really appealing. Or Eternal Poison. The art in Eternal Poison is absolutely stunning, in my opinion. I love that art style, and it's similar to Ragnarok Tactics, as you can see. So that's the art that I want. Like, in terms of color and themes, it will definitely have to be gothic. Like, I'm into a lot of gothic stuff and dark stuff and all that jazz. I love that. Not every single one of my characters needs to be gothic, but most of them, That's what I loved about Eternal Poison. A game like that, with a bunch of gothic characters in a lot of gothic places, just like Code Vein 2. This cathedral place, this tower place, this labyrinth, this place and this shit. It will have to be a mixture between something post-apocalyptic and gothic. Now the music. Jesus, the music. You'd think that since Yasunori Mitsuda is my absolute favorite composer of all time, we'll definitely take the cake here. No, as much as I love guys like Yasunori or Nobuo Uematsu, I love them, but music will have to be something like the Shin Megami Tensei music. The music in my game will be similar to Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne, or most specifically like Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse. 4 Apocalypse. This guy, Ryota Kosuka, that's the guy who composed the soundtrack of Apocalypse. You guys know I'm a sucker for that soundtrack. I love it. One of the most criminally underrated soundtracks of all time in JRPGs. That's the kind of music my dream RPG will have. Now, the gameplay. The true core of every single video game. What kind of subgenre my dream RPG will be? Turn-based, strategy, action, roguelike, real-time strategy? Well, I could go with any of them because I love them all, except roguelike, I'm not a big fan, but all the others, I love them all. But if I had to choose, it will be strategy RPG, grid-based strategy RPG, preferably with a very similar, not exactly a ripoff, but a very similar battle system like the one in Fire Emblem. I love Fire Emblem with a passion. The battle mechanics in Fire Emblem, oh my god, in every single one of them. Forget about the story, characters, or whatever in their most recent games. Just focus your mind on the maps, the strategy, the battle mechanics. I love them in every single one of them. That's how my dream RPG will be like. And yes, I know what you're thinking. You're probably saying, well, your favorite RPG series of all time is Suikoden. So why not a game like Suikoden, right? With 3 different battle systems. Yes, before making this video, that was my first choice. Like, my dream RPG will be like Suikoden, having 3 different battle mechanics. But I get it. It's really hard to make it as good as Suikoden. I wouldn't mind. In fact, if I can change my answer right now, let me change it to Suikoden. But that's 3 different battle systems. And then I will have to explain every single one of them. Turn-based will be exactly like Suikoden, then strategy will be like Fire Emblem, and I guess the duels, in this case, they will be duels like in Suikoden, or it could be an action. So in the end, I will have turn-based battle system, a strategy battle system, grid-based, and an action RPG battle system. All 3 in 1, right? Why the hell not? That'll be my dream RPG, but if I had to choose just one subgenre or battle system, it will be strategy grid-based, just like in Fire Emblem. Whoa, that was a long video. That's what my dream RPG will be like. Now it's time for you to answer this question in the comment section below. What or how will your RPG, your dream, your ideal RPG be like? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video and this idea with your friends. See you next time!